recently, we have to go to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain, stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put two dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Samir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coons. The white man that go nuts if he can't shoot. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make
We are
sense.
denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Amadeus.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Amadeus.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Amadeus.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Amadeus.
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, even to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations, I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
I'm getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Amadeus.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Amadeus.
oppression and exploitation.
Aye, monster on the beat, ho, Debo, any rap nigga, he a free throw, man down, call like Amber Lambs, tell him breathe, bro, nail a nigga to the cross, he walk around like Tizo. What's up with these jabroni ass niggas trying to see Compton? The industry can hate me, fuck them all and they mama. How many options you really got? I mean, it's too many options. I'm finna pass on this body, I'm John Stockton. Beat your ass and hide the Bible if God watching. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. Certified boogeyman, I'm the one that up to score with him. Walking down whole time, I know he got some hoe in him. Pole on him, extort shit, bully the flow on him. Say Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to cell block 1. To any bitch that talk to him and they in love, just make sure you hide your little sister from him. They tell me Chubb's the only one that get your hand-me-downs. And party at the party playing with his nose now. And Baka got a weird case, why is he around? Certified lover boys, certified pedophiles. Wop, 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 wop. That fuck him up. Wop, 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 wop. I'ma do my stuff. Why you trolling like a bitch, ain't you tired? Trying to strike a chord, and it's probably A minor. They not like us. 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 You think the Bay gon' let you disrespect Pop, nigga? I think that Oakland show gon' be your last stop, nigga. They cold foul, I don't know why you still pretending. What is the owl? Bird niggas and bird bitches, go. The audience not dumb, shape the stories how you want. Hey Drake, they're not slow. Rabbit hole is still deep, I can go further, I promise. Ain't there something B-rest that's for bitchin'? You Malibu most wanted, ain't no love boy, you ball boy, fresh Gatorade or something. Since 2009, I had this bitch jumping. You niggas will get a wedgie, be flipped over your boxes, or over your foe. The other vaginal option, pussy, nigga better straighten they posture. Got famous all up in contact, might write this with a doctor. Tell a pop star quit hiding, fuck a caption, won't action. No accident, I'm hands on, he fuck around, get polished. Fucked on Wayne Grower, he was in jail, that's conniving. Then get his face tatted like a bitch apologizing. I'm glad D-Rose came home, y'all didn't deserve him neither. From Alondra down to Central, nigga better not speak on Serena. And your homeboy needs subpoena, that predator moving flocks. That name gotta be registered and placed on neighborhood watch. I lean on you niggas like another line of walk. Yeah, it's all eyes on me and I'ma send it up the pot. Ay, put the road label on me, I'ma get them dropped. Ay, sweet chin making music and I won't pass the ox. Ay, how many stocks do I really have in stock? Ay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5. Ay, devil is a lie, he is 69 God. Ay, freaky ass niggas need to stay their ass inside. Ay, roll their ass up like a fresh pack of Zod. Ay, city is back up, it's a must, we outside. Ay. They not like us, they not like us, they not like us. They not like us, they not like us, they not like us. Once upon a time, all of us was in chains. Homie still double down, calling us some slaves. Atlanta was the mecca, building railroads and trains. Bear with me for a second, let me put y'all on game. The settlers was using town folk to make them richer. Fast forward 2024, you got the same agenda. You run to Atlanta when you need a check balance, let me...
All right. Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in once again to the QueenAShakur TV show. I'm your host, QueenAShakur, and this is your second morning wake-up call. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. All right, so let's get into it. Everyone get those likes up. Also, be sure to double check and make sure that you're still subscribed to the channel, especially if you have not been receiving those notifications. Also, if you don't like what the Queen is cooking, you already know what to do. Okay, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Dr._A_Shakur, TikTok at Dr. A Shakur, and Twitter at DGoddess27. All right, that crazy bitch Aries said Queen looks amazing in her pink. Thank you, beloved. All right, Juju said the Queen is queening. All right, thank you. RG Titan in the house, Claudette, Pearly, G from the land, Felicia, Pierre. All right, let's get into it. Claudette, Deronda, Nessie X, Terry Hinton. Hot Cocoa is in the house. All right. So let's go ahead and get this party started. Now, you all may remember, hey, Antoinette, you all may remember that I spoke to you the other day about a 15-year-old girl who was shot, raped, and set on fire by her mother and her mother's boyfriend. Okay, so I'm going to give you an update on that story. All hell nah in the house, the lovely T, Miss Faithful, 504 NOLA, Jeff ATL. All right, so let's get into it. Now, for those of you who missed it, so this mother, LaTanya Harris, and her boyfriend, Terrence Washington, okay, they did some heinous things to the 15-year-old daughter. The family of a 15-year-old that was raped, burned, and shot said they're being strong because the girl is proving to be a fighter. Okay, the child's father, Tim Johnson, decided not to show his face, but letting his words describe his pain. He said, "I'm angry. I feel like I let my child down, like I wasn't there to protect her." According to the Terrebonne Parish Sheriff's Office, the 15-year-old was raped, intentionally set on fire, and shot. The sheriff calls the incidents torture that happened at the hands of the child's mother, LaTanya Harris, and the mother's boyfriend, Terrence Washington. Now, they say you see things and you hear things like that on TV, but when it's your child, it's not a feeling you can explain. Now, according to Louisiana's Department of Children and Family Services, the 15-year-old has severe burns to her body dating back to October of 2023. The agency released details to the media saying most recently she also sustained gunshot wounds to her chest, face, and leaving her without an eye. This is all so sad. It was like if you was to see what she looks like and what she went through and how she went there. That's what her father says. The child's stepmother, Latricia Johnson said the 15-year-old is a fighter and has been showing signs of improvement each day. This is also said they have permanently disfigured this young child, okay? They have permanently disfigured her. And so we're going to get into it because there's a whole report on it, okay? It's about 7 minutes long. I'm going to put an overlay on the screen, and I'm going to add some music because I don't want any problems with ScrewTube. Y'all know how to get down. So let me go ahead and start this up real quick. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to share my screen, beloveds. Likes up, everyone.
Paris and her boyfriend, 41-year-old Terrence Washington, are both behind bars in Louisiana tonight. They're likely on a path straight to hell, and you will agree. This is after Harris's 15-year-old daughter was severely abused by the couple at their home in Terrebonne Parish, just outside of New Orleans. How bad was the abuse? Investigators say Washington shot the teen on 2 different occasions with a shotgun. One time in the chest. Police say he also raped her. And in order to cover that crime up, the teen's mother set her on fire, blaming her, and also never getting her a treatment for the gunshot wounds. The damage was so bad, the teenager lost half of her face and one of her eyes. She remains hospitalized after all of this was uncovered during a car accident in Baytown, nearly 300 miles from their home in Thibodaux, Louisiana.
And joining us on The Factor Uncensored tonight, we have with us Ashlyn Brothers, who is a reporter for Fox 8 in New Orleans, WBUE-TV. Ashlyn, thank you for joining us. Such a tragic situation that we have here with this 15-year-old who is from Louisiana and, of course, got into an accident here. And that's why investigators found out that she was in distress and abused. But take us to the beginning. How did we get here?
Yeah, so, initially what police say is that this had been going on for months, right? The alleged abuse, the buried abuse, if you will, had been going on dating back to around February, what we call carnival season, when police say that there was distress within the household.
And
right?
Of course, we're talking about her mother and her mother's boyfriend.
Yes. So she lived in a home with them. And from what I've been told by relatives, she had moved in about a year and a half before these incidents. So she hadn't been living there for too long. But what we've been told by police is that that's when, things started to go awry. That's when police say that the boyfriend admitted to sexually abusing the girl on numerous accounts, right? And then at that point, police say that the mother then burned the girl, and the police say that this was something that she was doing as a sort of cover-up for what had happened. Police also say that the mother blamed the 15-year-old for the incidents that had occurred. It wasn't until the shooting incident where police say that the boyfriend shot the 15-year-old on 2 different occasions that then they took off for Texas.
That is incredible. So the mother burned the girl, according to police, in order to cover up her being sexually assaulted by her boyfriend, according to investigators, right?
That is, to my understanding, I would have to check back with that. But yes, that to my understanding, that's what police say.
Do we know who the 15-year-old was living with before she went back to the home with her mother and her mother's boyfriend? Who was she living with then?
So here at my station, we've been very delicate with how we've been phrasing this, and we have spoken with the relatives who she was living with before. We have decided to call them relatives, very close family members. Yeah.
And they're the couple that you guys interviewed and said, the communications was fine, and then it became few and far in between from calls to text messages, and then she just disappeared.
Yeah, and what these family members say is when they started cutting off communication, or rather when the teen stopped being as responsive, they say after revisiting with this teen once she was in the hospital, they say she was terrified, that she was scared, alleging that the 2 who were accused of these heinous crimes were sort of feeding her false information about what might happen if she were to come forward.
Wow. And so they left Louisiana and came to Texas in fear that he would be arrested for harming her. And then they got into an accident here in Texas in an area we call Baytown, just outside of Houston, where then investigators, CPS Child Protective Services, saw the girl and notified other family members and said, you need to, and the hospital saying, you need to prepare yourself. Just how bad was this child, Ashlyn, as far as the abuse and the injuries that she sustained? I believe she lost an eye, right, as well?
Yeah, so they had to remove an eye. So they're working to try and get a prosthetic for her. Several face injuries. From the pictures that I saw, we didn't share on air just because they're that graphic. Half of her face is burned off. There's no skin. Police say that she had suffered a gunshot wound to her chest and to her face. So there's that as well. And then, they say that the mother had refused to take the daughter to treatment at a hospital, but treated the burns. However, police say that they did not treat the gunshot wounds. So you can imagine what state she was in, having not received any sort of treatment for those.
And we're talking about a 15-year-old girl. That is a nightmare to go through that, to endure something like that at such a young age, and at the hands, allegedly, according to investigators, at the hands of your mother, and she allowed someone to abuse you. It's just mind-blowing. Ashlyn Brothers from Fox 8, WPUE, great job in reporting this story. Such a tragedy. But thank you for sharing it with us. We need to make people aware that things like this still exist, where a mother could allegedly sacrifice their child for a boyfriend.
That is absolutely sad and egregious. That was hard to listen to. And her own mother. Now you can imagine excuse me. I'm about to choke on this peppermint. Hold on. So you can imagine the amount of pain and discomfort that she had to have been in, and also for those bullet wounds not to have been treated. It's probably infection and everything set in. This is also sad. They need to both get the death penalty. I'm sorry, even though she's still alive, they need the death penalty for that. This is also sick. Who does that? Who allows that to be done to their own child? And then she set her own child on fire to try to destroy any evidence of what the boyfriend had done. Just sick. Just devils. Let me put their pictures up one more time. Look at these two. Nothing but devils. And you can see it in their eyes, as far as I'm concerned. They look like devils. But let's continue. That's also sad. Prayers for a speedy recovery for the young girl, and I hope that they're able to fix her face as best as they can so she can have a halfway normal life. I know she's likely going to be traumatized forever. So very sad. Now let's talk about this photographer who called this beautiful black supermodel a cockroach. I want y'all to pay attention. Supermodel Anak Yai is stunning, but during a photo shoot for a major clothing retailer, she was called a cockroach. Here's the thing. They said for a major clothing retailer. I wonder who that was. So it's unfortunate. It's an unfortunate thing when racism and colorism surface on any occasion, but it's especially heinous when they show up in the workplace. That's exactly what happened to supermodel Anak Yai, who recently recalled an unfortunate incident with a disrespectful photographer in her early days of modeling. So In a series of since deleted tweets, she explained that she was working on a campaign for Zara, which had booked a photographer that didn't speak English. She alleged that on the second to the last day of shooting, the photographer insulted her. Who wants to hear a story? She began. I remember in 2019 being called a cockroach by a photographer. It was from this brand that I used to always work with. I didn't speak their language and they didn't speak mine, but regardless, we were on set shooting look after look. And there were days that I shot 60 plus different looks. So on the second to last day, the makeup artist starts powdering my face and the photographer puts his camera down and yells, "Lotion, la cucaracha." That's what he said. Lotion, la cucaracha. That's how you say it, I guess. Everyone on set starts smiling and laughing. I didn't react the way that I want to react because at the end of the day, I'm young, I'm alone, I'm Black. Anything that I do will affect me, my family, and other Black models. The next day, I refuse to go on set if the photographer is still there. Someone from the team calls me and says, "We don't accept the type of behavior. We'll fire him now. And so tell me who he is and we'll get rid of him." I go to set thinking he's going to be gone. He walks by me and smiles. So they didn't get rid of him. Yai then goes on to say that another member of the team gaslighted her, alleging that she made the whole thing up and proceeded to speak negatively about her presence on the set. That resulted in her crying, leaving the set, and staying silent due to fear of retribution. She said, "I remember wanting to come out with a story to magazines, but I was told, think about what it will do to your career. That was my first and only time feeling fear of being blacklisted. I'm sure that I thought I wasn't strong enough to stand." But anyways, yeah. And this is, she says, hi bitch at Zara, remember me? That's how she ended. Now, despite the negativity, it's good to see that the bullying and blacklisting didn't work, as Ya's profile in the industry has only continued to rise. Just this year alone, she was one of the top stunners at the 2024 Met Gala. She's also modeled for top fashion houses and graced the covers of several magazines. One shoot doesn't stop no show. Keep going, Anak. We're rooting for you. As for you, Zara, I hope you've learned your lesson in the years since. This is also nefarious. Now, first of all, for somebody to call this beautiful young lady a cockroach, honey, they had to be a whole hater is all I'm saying. They had to be a whole hater. Okay, I want you all to pay attention because she's absolutely gorgeous. This lady is beautiful, honey. I'm sorry, what? Cockroach where? This lady is absolutely stunning. Okay, they can stop hating at any time now. That's all I'm saying. Clearly hating. Please pay attention. Now, at the end of the day, jealous of her melanin, jealous of her beauty. That's all it was. That's all it was. Okay? And then the sad thing is, if someone does something egregious like that to you, then basically you can't say anything or you can get blacklisted. Okay? Please pay attention. I mean, we see it happening all the time. We see it happening all the time, honey. Just jealous. That's all it is. Jealous and mad. Please pay attention. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you in advance. Now let's talk about this nefarious man who starved his 6-year-old child. This is also sad. If you don't want children, stop having them. Like, who does this? Father starved 6-year-old son in tiny closet for 16 hours a day for stealing food. The child was stealing food because he was being starved. This poor child weighed 18 pounds when he died. This is also sad. Rest in peace to this poor baby. This is also awful. An Arizona jury on Thursday convicted a father who starved his 6-year-old son to death and forced the boy and his older brother to sit in a tiny closet 16 hours a day for more than a month as a punishment for them stealing food as his parents slept. The boy, Deshaun Martinez, weighed 18 pounds when he died in March of 2020 in Flagstaff, roughly 2 hours north of Phoenix. His father, 28-year-old Anthony Jose Martinez, was convicted of first-degree murder, child abuse, and kidnapping, resulting in death, among other charges. According to the Arizona Daily Sun, prosecutors said during closing arguments that Archbaki Martinez knew his children were in bad shape but did nothing about it. Prosecutors showed pictures of Martinez buying groceries, proving there was adequate amount of food in the home. They also reportedly pointed out that the two youngest children in the home, ages 2 and 4, weighed 24 pounds and 38 pounds and were treated like normal kids. So you mean to tell me a 2 and a 4-year-old weighed more than a 6-year-old? This poor child only weighed 18 pounds. Okay, the 2-year-old weighed more than him. Low down and nefarious. Martinez's wife and the mother of the children, Elizabeth Archibaki, last year pleaded guilty to first-degree murder and kidnapping. A judge sentenced her to life in prison without the possibility of parole. The defense he should get death. The defense's closing argument painted Archibaki as manipulating her husband into thinking everything was okay and that he was just following her directions. I'm sorry, that sounds so stupid. You mean to tell me he didn't know he was starving the kids? Please sit down somewhere. This is all a load of BS, okay? I know they have to defend their clients, but some stuff just sounds absolutely obtuse and nonsensical. Now, in March of 2020, Deshaun's tiny, lifeless body was discovered at the Martinez residence. An autopsy by the Coconino County Medical Examiner's Office revealed that the boy died of starvation. Now, the autopsy showed the boy had a skeletal appearance because he had almost no fats on his body. This poor baby, this is also sad. A typical healthy weight for a 6-year-old in the United States would be markedly higher than 18 pounds. Deshaun's body was also covered in cuts and scrapes. His grandmother, Anne Marie Martinez, age 54, is also facing murder and child abuse charges and is slated to go to trial in August. At first, the boy's parents allegedly told the Flagstaff Police Department that Deshaun's extremely low weight was due to the result of a chronic medical condition and because he had ingested caffeine or weight loss pills. Just lying. The Associated Press reported this information. Now, over time, however, investigators were able to suss out a extreme regimen of punishment that had been enforced at the Martinez's home. Now, the boy's parents later admitted they kept the dead child, as well as his older brother, locked up in a closet for some 16 hours a day and gave them very little to eat. That method of discipline had been occurring for about a month. What is wrong with people? This is all so sick and inhumane. Who does this to kids? Did this for a whole month. Just starve these kids. So they said it was meted out as punishment to punish the boys for sneaking out of their beds at night and eating food. Now, the then 7-year-old boy was also found to be malnourished and was admitted to Flagstaff Medical Center. Doctors were able to get his weight up after the weeks-long hospital stay. That boy, along with his younger siblings, are now in the custody of the Arizona Department of Child Safety. Ooh, honey, these people are some devils. Martinez and the grandmother were originally slated to be tried together in August of 2022. Before that, the original prosecutor in the cases had to bow out after being appointed to a judge. Okay, so the prosecutor became a judge. He was appointed judge. Now, later, a separate trial for the boy's grandmother, who was also facing a kidnapping charge, suffered a setback when she was subject to a last-minute mental competency evaluation. Now she want to play crazy in July 2022. Lady, please sit down. You're not crazy. Trying to prolong the inevitable is all she's doing. Now the judge chided that Archibaki before sentencing her to life in prison. He called the torture of her son heinous, cruel, and depraved behavior. Police described the horrific nature of the boy's condition, saying, "I've never seen something so horrific in all my life." That's what Flagstaff Police Detective Melissa C. said, okay, when she testified at the hearing. He was just bones. His face was completely sunken in. It was like a skeleton. What does it say, honey? I absolutely cannot. I hope they go straight to hell and don't stop and go. Let me show you the pictures of these thugs. This is horrendous. To do this to a 6- and 7-year-old, just dirty devils. That's them. Yes, absolutely. Nessa G said, House of Demons. That's exactly what they are. That's exactly what they are. Lights up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. So I find it all so interesting. Now, this nurse has been charged with child endangerment after her son, who has special needs, was found roaming the streets. Okay, this happened in Warsaw. The Hancock County Sheriff's Department reported the arrest of a Warsaw woman following a Tuesday incident. Heather R. Schrock, age 32 of Warsaw, was arrested on charges of child endangerment and child abandonment. The Sheriff's Department said at 6:47 p.m. it received a report of a young boy with special needs wandering the neighborhood near 6th and Jackson in Warsaw. The boy was reportedly found by a neighbor after he tried to enter another neighbor's home. The boy was reportedly found in an unsanitary state. The caller told the Sheriff's Department that the boy's mother was not at home. The Sheriff's Department said deputies who had were reportedly familiar with the family arrived and took protective custody of the boy. They also investigated the condition of the home and reported it was unsuitable for children to reside in. This is just nasty, okay? I want you all to pay attention. And this lady's a nurse. Schrock was taken into the Hancock County Jail where she was held overnight. She was released Wednesday with a future court date. Now here she is right here. This is all so nasty. Honey, unsanitary house, the child in an unsanitary condition, and then roaming the streets by himself out there just wandering around. Where was she? And why was this child home by himself? This is all crazy. Let me show her face on the screen. Lights up, everyone, please like and share. What is going on with these people? That's her right there. She's a nurse, but yet her son's being kept in unsanitary conditions. And in fact, he was in an unsanitary condition. And the house was filthy and not suitable for a child to even live in it. Pay attention. This is all crazy. I'm glad she wasn't my nurse, honey. Pay attention. Okay? Oh, crazy. Now let's talk about this married man convicted of murdering his girlfriend. He's digging her grave. Married man convicted of murdering woman he dated under fake name. There was a time when Texas woman Kayla Kelly, age 33, wanted to marry her boyfriend Ocaster Siobhan Ferguson, age 33. But that attraction ended with her buried dead, naked, and face down in a shallow grave. Jurors on Thursday took about an hour to convict Ferguson of murder. They later sentenced him to life in prison. Prosecutors reportedly said that Kelly was exposing the already married defendant's philandering of women. Ferguson had dated her under the pseudonym of Kevin Brown. Now, they said this is his girlfriend. Kelly wrote from his phone at 2:29 a.m. on January the 10th of 2023. He also has a wife. I know. I'm just as shocked as you. Okay, so apparently they're on the phone with each other. Now, this might have been the last thing she ever wrote. She must have talked to the wife, I'm thinking. Now, authorities have said they used cell phone data to follow Ferguson to a wooded area near his home. It was in this wooded area that they discovered Kelly's body. Ferguson also set fire to Kelly's SUV and abandoned it, according to prosecutors. Now, defense lawyer Edwin Bubba King reportedly suggested that the cell phone data was inaccurate and that there was no evidence tying his client to the murder. Prosecutor Kaylee Gilman, however, maintained that they found the body by following Ferguson. So clearly he had a lot to do with it. Okay, please pay attention. Now, without following his movements, she would never have been found. So obviously he put her there in that grave. Now, authorities argue that Ferguson feigned worry by texting Kelly for her whereabouts, and this continued even as he was at her grave. This fool, he didn't know that they can track your phone. they can track the towers and all of that it's pinging off of. So he's at the grave burying her, and then at the same time texting her phone, asking where she's at, trying to play it off. Because he knows that the police can look at your phone records or whatever. And then that was going to be his alibi. But he didn't have sense enough to know that they can also ping where your phone was, like the towers and all that stuff. Now he's digging her grave, they say, texting and asking why she's not responding. This is what Texas Ranger Detective Thomas Fitzpatrick reportedly said. He thought he had it all planned out with his silly self. Now he's caught and busted, and I'm glad, quite frankly. And here's a picture of this thug. That's him, and that's the woman that he killed, unfortunately. Condolences to her family. May she rest in peace. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Now, with that all being said, hold on, beloveds. Let me pull this up real quick. Now I want you all to see Trump, because Trump has some rappers speaking for him. Now, I never heard of these rappers before, but clearly they're Trump supporters because Trump brought them out. You all ever heard, put ones in the chat if you ever heard of rappers Chef G and Sleepy Hollow. Anybody ever heard of these dudes? Chef G and Sleepy Hollow. That's who Trump brought out at his rally. I find it all so nefarious. Now, you know, the one thing that Trump had going for him, that I would say, is that he never used to pander to the black folk. Now he's doing the same thing the Democrats are doing, pandering to the black folk. Trump, please sit down. Please sit down, okay? I absolutely cannot. Let me just go to the footage. Let me just go to the footage.
Here as well as rapper Chef G. Does everybody know Chef? Where is Chef G? Where is he? Come on up, fellas. Rapper Sleepy Hollow. Come on up here, fellas. How are you, man? Hey. Oh, you. Oh, I like that. I want to get that done.
President Trump. Oh, man. One thing I want to say. One thing I want to say. They always gonna whisper your accomplishments and shout your failures. Trump gonna shout the wins for all of us. Make America great again.
Thank you, fellas.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. That's where I like those teeth. I want to find out where you did. I got to get my teeth like that. I want that to happen to me.
So Trump wants a grill. Is that what he's trying to say? Trump, please sit down. Please sit down. Absolutely cannot. Now, hold on. As if that wasn't bad enough, where do you get a load of this? Hold on. Let me pull this up real quick. I want you all to pay attention, because as if that wasn't enough, Candace Owens says that we, the black delegation, in fact, owe her an apology. I want you all to pay attention. Okay, this is all nefarious. Candace says you guys owe her an apology.
The Black America.
Hold on.
Don't worry. I'm going to keep this quick. But Black America, you owe me an apology. And I want my apology. Okay, because that was a long couple of years. If you guys calling me a race traitor because I refused to be an idiot and I was obviously recognizing the scam that was Black Lives Matter, I was obviously able to discern that they were using the faces of dead Black people to get you guys to run around, act like fools, get your sons and daughters arrested in protests, wearing signs, painting streets, BLM, BLM, not realizing this is free marketing. This is how marketing works in business. Everybody ran around to be a billboard for Black Lives Matter. They got white people, you owe me an apology too, white liberals running around with their guilt, opening their wallets, bending down to Black Lives Matter. And nobody asked the question about where all the money was going. If you guys did not recognize that it was a corporate scam, how do you think they got the NBA on board so quickly, the NFL on board so quickly? How do you think they managed to transform America so quickly with politicians demanding that there was Black Lives Matter squares and Black Lives Matter signs? I mean, you were looking at a business that was being built very quickly around a suspicious time, election time, when the riots seemed to keep happening. Black Lives Matter. They were telling you COVID didn't matter. Protesting was more important. Anybody with common sense knew that this was a money laundering operation. Anybody with common sense knew that Black Lives Matter was raising money for something other than Black people. You're looking around, there was no headquarters. There was no intent to say they were going to build a school, that they were going to give out scholarships to Black people. There was nothing that was done other than demanding your allegiance. And some of you guys, a lot of you guys got on board and got angry at Candace Owens and other people too, who were telling you that this was a scam. You called me so many racist names and said that I betrayed my race, when in reality, you were betraying your intelligence. You were too emotional to see what was obvious and right in front of you. So now the narrative's cracking. Patrice Cullors got $3 million in homes separately. These other three people, they bought as just now a $6 million house. That's $9 million. There was some house that was announced in Canada that she bought for her girlfriend. Okay, that's totaling around, let's call that $12 million. Here's the best part. You're not done finding out. This is nothing, okay? Black Lives Matter announced that they raised over $90 million, okay? They were funded, they were bussed. All of this stuff was paid for by white Democratic operatives, right? Where's the rest of the money? They're getting you focused to look at the three Black people, but those people were at the bottom of the organization, okay? These people were just dogs that were willing to betray their race, were willing to let Black people get arrested, were willing to allow, Black Americans to riot in the streets for these young kids to get records. They didn't care, right? Those were just your average day hustlers, these three women, right? These three Black women were just your regular day of scam artists, right? Like, that's just the stuff that you see. How do you guys not recognize scam artists? They're at the bottom. Who's at the top? That's the question you should be asking yourself. It's not going to be a Black person. It's going to be white people, right? Because it's only white people. It could only be a white person that is sitting at the top when you looked at who was pouring cash initially into Black Lives Matter, right? I kept telling you, it was using Black faces as a front, and they were raising a bunch of money. It's going to be a white person, right? They said they raised over $90 million. So far, we've accounted about 10, 11, maybe $12 million that has been scammed from you guys. Where's the rest of the money? Okay? Ask yourself that question. Maybe it's time to look into all of the charities that said that they were backing Black Lives Matter when they were lying, saying that they were 501c3. They were never a charity. Black Lives Matter Global Network was never a charity. But you had, what was it called? Thousand Currents, which had some old school Clinton operatives that were running it. And I was telling you guys that this was a scam and that it was political and that nobody that was sitting on a stage screaming about Black lives cared about Black lives whatsoever. Now, you attacked me. I want my apology. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm going to say here is you owe me an apology. And I'm going to get it. And by the way, I'm going to forgive you because I'm a good person, right? I'm a good person. You guys, oh, Candace, I don't like the way you say it. Even if you're saying the truth, I don't like the way you say it. Well, do you like the way you got scammed? Did you like the way you got scammed? Was that better to hear the lie?
Okay, I've had enough of her. At the end of the day, here's the thing. I want you all to pay attention because how many of you remember, once in the chat, how many of you remember my day ones that in fact, everything that she just said, I'm the one who broke that story. I broke that story first about the $90 million to corporatize the vendors that they had, like Biden and Bernie Sanders. Y'all saw I did it right here on live on the main channel. And then 3 days after I broke it, the mainstream media comes out talking about it. Do you all remember that? Do you all remember that? I still have the video. Candace, please sit down somewhere. She's acting like she's telling us something, but she got her receipts from me. I picked it out first. I said how they had $90 million. They didn't give any to the families of the victims. They owned all of these properties. Patrice Cotton Colors was hiring her own family, brother, and all of that, giving them hefty payouts and all of this. And then I showed you on the screen how they were tracked. I tracked them to an organization called Act Blue, which is affiliated allegedly with George Soros. I then tracked it back and let you see that. Okay? And I did all of this by simply investigating their website. I want y'all to pay attention. Okay, OG Patrice said, I remember that, Queen. Okay, thank you. Maurice said, you said it first, but no lies detected. Thank you. So she needs to sit down somewhere is all I'm saying. Talking about we owe her an apology. Girl, we don't owe you anything. We figured out ourselves that Black Lives Matter was fraudulent. Okay, please sit down somewhere. Barbie said she and Wig was trolling you back then, Queen. Okay, that's your word. Copying my talking points and all of that, honey. Let me tell you something. I need to have a talk with Candace Owens, honey. I'll give her an apology, all right. Okay? Yeah, she'll get one. She'll get an apology, all right. I'll apologize for not. So let me just be quiet, honey. Let me just be quiet. Talking about we owe her an apology. Girl, we don't owe you anything. Now let's talk about Sean Kingston's his house being raided because somebody told me that in the chat yesterday. I can't remember who told me that yesterday, and I went to look it up, and all I could find was old articles. Then later on yesterday evening, I found it. On purpose said the major media be sneak watching Queen. Thank you, beloved. I believe they really do. I believe they absolutely do, beloved. Terrion said that can be proven too. I also heard Michi talking about it before the news too, Queen. Yeah, absolutely. But at the end of the day, I'm the first one that broke it. I promise you. Because after I broke that story, the news talked about it 3 days later. Okay. First one, honey, I had all the receipts. You didn't see anybody break it down with receipts. Anybody can talk about it after somebody already put the information out there. But I'm telling y'all, I got right on this live and I showed it on the screen. Every step to how I tracked those receipts. And the two biggest Democratic donors or vendors were Biden and Bernie Sanders. So let's get this straight. They were taking money from Black folk and giving that money to the Democrats, some of it, and then using the rest for whatever they wanted to use it for. Fancy houses, mansions, and all of that, going on extravagant vacations. I mean, they were living lavish, okay? They were living lavish. And I talked to some of the activists, okay? And so I happen to know that Michael Brown's father, Michael Brown Sr., only received like $500. Tamir Brown's mother, Samira Brown, Samira Rice, she didn't receive anything. And she was calling them out too. So at the end of the day, they used the demise of Black people, absolutely, like Candace said. But Candace, I'm sorry, you're a day late and a dollar short. Nobody owes you an apology. Okay? Nobody owes you an apology, beloved. Now, with that all being said, rapper Sean Kingston arrested, charged with fraud. Okay, Jamaican-American rapper and singer Sean Kingston was arrested in California and faces fraud charges following a raid on his South Florida mansion on Thursday. Now, his mother, Janice Turner, age 61, was taken into custody at his Florida home on similar charges after Broward County Sheriff's Office detectives and Davie, Florida SWAT team members served an arrest and search warrant at the residence. A police spokesperson gave this information. Now, police raided the rapper's residence in Southwest Ranches, which is located 15 miles outside of Fort Lauderdale and 22 miles outside of Miami. Multiple media reports have indicated that Kingston was not home at the time of the raid. Now, the Broward County Sheriff's Office and Kingston was arrested. The Broward County Sheriff's Office said Kingston was arrested in the area of Fort Irwin and an Army base in the desert. Okay, about 150 miles northeast of Los Angeles. Court filings indicate that Kingston, whose real name is Kisan Anderson, lives at the mansion which an LLC owns. Now, Kingston is best known for his 2007 hit "Beautiful Girls." Has he had a hit since? Because I haven't heard from him since 2007. It's been a while. I'll say that much. Police said that the investigation at the home is active and ongoing and did not provide further information. Broward County prosecutors referred all questions to the sheriff's office, which has declined to release specific details about charges, citing an ongoing investigation. After the raid, reporters outside the home could see authorities filling a loading van with goods. The mansion was surrounded by expensive sports cars. Now, people love negative energy. Kingston had posted on his Instagram earlier Thursday. He said, "I'm good, and so is my mother. My lawyers are handling everything as we speak." The post was later taken down. Robert Rosenblatt, an attorney representing the rapper and his mother, said, "We are aware of some of the allegations being made against the two." So this is a developing story, so they say check for updates. Honey, let me tell you all something. Everybody's getting raided, right? What's really going on? What is really going on? Hold on, I got a video I want you all to see. And then we're out of here, okay? Now, this lady right here cracks me up. What is she doing? So is he even Jamaican at all, says Roddy? He's Jamaican American. That's what they said, beloved. Jamaican American. He only paid $30K for the items that cost 7 times more. Sophie said the tables are turning. Okay. Now I'm going to share my screen so you all can see this video. This is just something I thought was funny. This lady is always doing these videos where they're like mukbanging, where they eat all this food and stuff. And she's always in her car. I don't know how she fits in there with all this food.
Not that lying on me, baby. You ain't never see me get on here and be bit back. I mean, never, baby. So please stop that lying. Talking about there's hungry people out there. Well, where they at, baby? Because I ain't seen a Feed the Children commercial in a while. Surely haven't, baby. So where they at? And you know what? If you see me and I'm eating, don't even fix your mouth to ask me for nothing, because it's too late by then, baby, because now I'm hungry. Baby. Y'all. Y'all be out here just saying anything, child. Stop spreading them rumors about me, because I don't appreciate it. I surely don't.
I absolutely cannot with her. She said that her lying on her saying she got a big back. She's going to have one in a minute. She keeps that up. Anyway, with that all being said, everyone please like and share. Okay, everyone please like and share this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click the notification bell and click the word all. Okay, Stacy said you saw her on TikTok. All right, so with that all being said, listen, I hope you all enjoy the rest of this beautiful day. All right, now I don't intend to come back on here. Today because I have some things to do. All right, if there's any more breaking news, I might pop up. Then again, I may wait till tomorrow, okay? And so I love you all to life. I want to thank you all for tuning in once again. Please like and share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time King Goddess goes live. Also, don't forget to double check and make sure that you're still subscribed, especially if you have not been receiving your notifications. All right, so each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. And enjoy your weekend, your strong end, not your weekend, leaving you in a weakened state of mind. Till next time. Peace.
Yo, Nick, hit him with that flavor.
Gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now.
That's
See
right.
a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy.
Real slick.
I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me?